Chichibu, situated only a short distance from Tokyo, it's abounding in nature and steeped in spirituality. It boasts a long history, and the townscape has a distinctly nostalgic feel. It's also known for the numerous festivals, some 400, held every year. There are also exquisite foods and drinks that can only be enjoyed in the local area. Chichibu lures travelers from near and afar. Journeying to Chichibu this time is... Serafina works as a model in Japan and knows quite a lot about Japanese food and traditional culture. She discovers why Chichibu enchants so many travelers.
Hello and welcome to Japan. My name is Serafina and I have been living here for 10 years. Why have I been living here for 10 years, you ask? Well, Japan is an absolutely beautiful country filled with wonderful people, delicious food, great places, sightseeing, temples, a whole bunch of historical and cultural sites, and amazing, beautiful season scenery. I'm going to show you a little bit of that today, so let's go.
The journey to Chichibu begins aboard Seibu Railway's Red Arrow Limited Express.
It's like a bullet train here.
It's time to set off.
So, the location that I recommended and will be introducing you to today is called Chichibu. It's located in Saitama Prefecture, which is right next to Tokyo. In order to get there, you have to take the Seibu Line's Red Arrow train, which I'm riding right now, and it takes about an hour. Now, I have traveled all over Japan, but actually this will be my first time in Chichibu. But don't worry, with the help of some Japanese friends and social media, I've booked a 2-day stay that I'm sure everyone will enjoy. Oh, speaking of social media, I'll be taking photos all along the way and pick my best shot to upload later.
Leaving Ikebukuro, Tokyo, and riding the train for 80 minutes, she arrives at Seibu Chichibu Station.
Whoa, everything is so traditional looking. There's so much wood and... What's this? Whoa! Well, this is really convenient. I know they have these in Tokyo, but having one here as well, this makes it really easy for tourists to be able to find out what you're looking for. But it's all in Japanese, except here you can choose your language. Let's try English. And everything is in English. Wow. Oh, wow, what a weirdly shaped mountain. Oh, I know what this is. This must be Mount Buko. Here, apparently, they mine limestone to make cement. That's why it's shaped kind of like a pyramid.
From long ago, the mountain has been revered as sacred by people living in Chichibu.
Beautiful today.
With its many shrines and temples, Chichibu has become known in Japan as a spiritual power spot. Symbolizing that is Chichibu Shrine, and it's the first place she heads for.
A lot of these buildings look really old, kind of like in a retro way. A bunch of people gather around that shop up there.
We find an establishment where customers can get takeout of a Chichibu specialty.
Shiitake kushiyaki. My favorite.
Shiitake mushroom is a specialty of Chichibu.
Thank you for waiting.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. This has a lot of visual impact. I love shiitake mushrooms. These are great. The fragrance is enhanced by grilling them. And it seems they put a little bit of sauce in it. I'm assuming soy sauce, but not a lot, so you get all of that great shiitake flavor.
Walking further, a torii gate appears.
We have arrived. Chichibu Shrine.
This is a shrine dedicated to the tutelary deity of Chichibu. Chichibu Shrine, originally built more than 2,100 years ago. It boasts a long history. Held every year is the Chichibu Night Festival, which draws over 300,000 visitors. It is a ritual of Chichibu Shrine and has been registered as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage.
All right, we have just entered the shrine. The first thing you have to do when you enter a shrine is cleanse yourself, and I'll show you how. First, you need to take some water. Then you pour some into your left hand, some into your right hand, again back into your left hand, and then you cleanse your mouth. Just a light touch is okay. And then, once we're finished, you rinse off the stick with the remainder of the water and place it back facing down for the next person to use. If you'll notice, I'm walking on the left side. However, you do not walk in the center. The reason you do not walk in the center is because this is where the gods walk. So you have to make space. So what you do here is you throw your money in, and there's instructions here. You bow twice, you clap twice, you say your prayer, and then you bow one more time. I'll show you how to do it. Hmm? 間違えました。すいません。Show you how to do it.
They say the gods will more easily grant your wish if you tell them your name and your home address. One of the highlights of Chichibu Shrine is the colorful wood carvings. Each is said to have a specific meaning.
Here we have what looks like phoenixes. So here we have dragons, a pheasant, and 3 monkeys. So in America, we have the see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil monkeys, but this is different. These monkeys are see well, speak well, and listen well, which are meant for good health and a happy life.
There's something offered here that's become popular across Japan in recent years.
Thank you.
Called goshuin, it signifies one's visit to a particular shrine. Serafina has collected this many.
So this is Chichibu Jinja, and here's the date written in Japanese. And it comes with the shrine seals. Wow, what's this? Sake. Japanese sake.
Something that's indispensable in Shinto rituals and festivals is Japanese sake, which is offered to the gods. Chichibu is also home to a sake brewery. Buko Shuzo. Established in 1753, this sake brewery has a history of more than 260 years. Visitors can tour the brewery if they make a reservation beforehand.
We are right in the middle of brewing, so we can't let you in.
As soon as the doors opened, there was kind of the smell of fermentation of the rice.
As you can see, there aren't any machines. We do everything by hand. Most of what's made at this brewery is consumed in Chichibu City and the Chichibu district. It's a local sake. If you'd like,
What's this?
please, this is our most important ingredient. Take a peek.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
I've never seen a well inside a building. This is incredible. And the water is so clear.
The source of this well is a mountain called Mount Buko that's in front of us. We prepare our sake with the underground water, the blessed water from Mount Buko.
Chichibu is blessed by the underground water of Mount Buko. As Japanese sake comes from such blessings of nature, there is still a custom of offering it to the gods when it is made. Naturally, it's possible to drink the water as it is.
Can water be good? Yes, it can. Water can be delicious. Wow.
So how does the sake taste?
You'll know if you have a taste.
Of course.
I'm going to try some sake later.
She takes part in a tasting together with a group of people who are also here on a tour of the brewery.
Pink sake called momomoe. Cheers.
I'm gonna have some. It's sweet. Cheers.
This tastes like sweetened yogurt, like drinkable yogurt. This is very dangerous. Oh, thank you. And this is the autumn special sake. So this one is only available during the fall. There we go.
This is tasty whether you drink it cold or hot.
This is my image of sake. This is delicious. A little bit sweet, but he says that this would be good with salted fish, salted grilled fish, and I can definitely see that. This would be great with And here comes my first day in Chichibu coming to a close. Let's see, what did we do today? Oh, I went for a walk, I ate a bunch of delicious food, we went to the shrine, went to a brewery, went out into nature and touched some really fresh water. And tomorrow we gotta get up early because there's gonna be even more exciting things happening, so I'm going to relax, hit up the hot spring, and I'll see you in the morning.
The Matsuri no Yu Onsen hot spring bath directly connected to Seibu Chichibu Station provides towels and yukata robes, so guests can come and even spend the night here without packing a change of clothes. An onsen in Chichibu. Blissful. Five o'clock the following morning. Why is she up so early?
Good morning, welcome to day 2 of our trip. It's a little bit rainy right now, but it's supposed to clear up later, so we're all good. Right now, we are at a location about 5 minutes by car from Chichibu Station. And apparently from here, you are able to get a really good bird's eye view of the entire town. Little rain never hurt anybody. I guess let's take a look. Ooh. Oh, wow. It's almost like we're above the clouds. You can see the entire town from here. The town in front of you, and then you've got the clouds, and even beyond the clouds, you can see the mountains poking out in the back. It's rainy, so it's a bit dark, but it's so beautiful.
A sea of clouds that creates a magical atmosphere. It's said to occur relatively frequently in Chichibu, where daytime and nighttime temperatures vary widely. She's lucky to have been able to see it in spite of the rain.
The rain has started to let up, and it's still early. I'm starting to get hungry. But what's open at this hour in Japan? Soba, and not just any soba, standing soba. I looked up this place, and this looks really good. Let's check it out.
Chichibu is also famous as a soba production region. The town is colored by soba flowers in the spring and autumn.
Thank you, ありがとうございます. Wow, this is Tsukimi soba. Why is it called Tsukimi? Because it has a raw egg on it that kind of looks like the moon. Wow. Doesn't that look great?
In Japan, it's customary to slurp noodles.
If you've never tried raw egg, I really recommend it.
This is called miso potato and is the soul food of Chichibu. It's been nominated the #1 local food of Saitama and can only be eaten in Chichibu.
They're tempura fried. It's a whole potato, a very small whole potato, but it's so soft. And the miso is sweet with a little bit of a salty flavor afterwards. Hello, konnichiwa.
In Chichibu, visitors can not only eat soba, but also make it. Here at Arakawa-Tei, Anyone can experience soba noodle making if they make a reservation beforehand.
You put the rolling pin in the middle. Your hand should be like cat hands. You stretch it out from the middle to the edges, up until here. If you're not careful, the edges will become too thin.
Serafina gives it a try. Looks quite good.
1, 2, 3.
Stretching it so that the thickness is even is no mean feat.
Put it down and push it forward.
Cutting it so that the noodles are all the same thickness is also difficult.
It seems a bit thick.
A little bit too thick to be soba.
This is the instructor doing it. She works at a completely different speed. This is the instructor's, and this is Serafina's. A bit thick, but nicely done. So, was she able to make tasty soba?
Well, I made soba. Not great, but not bad.
First, have the soba by itself without dipping it in the sauce.
はい、いただきます。
お蕎麦ってね、茹でたて、打ちたて茹でたて。
So in Japan, when you eat soba, you're supposed to, I just slurped now, which for a lot of people that would be considered rude, but in Japan, when you're eating noodles, you slurp to get more of the essence, the fragrance while you're eating. And soba, especially because it's made with buckwheat, has a really interesting and kind of nutty flavor and fragrance. So when you slurp it, it enhances the fragrance. So I recommend slurping your noodles once in a while.
Please have some hot soba water. Thank you.
It's soba-yu, which is water that is left over after you've boiled the soba, and then you put it into the sauce that's left over and drink it. Why do you drink it? なぜsoba-yu nomimasu?
The just boiled broth is full of nutrition from the soba, so you have it together with the noodles. I see. I learned something new.
Why does Chichibu lure so many travelers? A 40-minute bus ride from Seibu Chichibu Station is Ogano Town, Chichibu District. There's a reason she's come all the way here.
I've come to the town of Ogano, a town with a population of about 11,000 people. Here, according to my research, there is a traditional performing art that dates back over 200 years. That performing art is called Kabuki.
Ogano is a town where a local form of kabuki thrives. The plays are staged primarily by the residents, including children and adults. The acting and gidayu recitals, as well as the costumes, wigs, makeup, and stage sets are all handled by the townsfolk. Permanent stages have been set up in 10 locations throughout the town. In some years, 30 performances are held inside and outside the local area, winning praise from audiences. Here, on the Komori Kabuki stage, the highlight is kabuki performed by local elementary school children. What the spectators are throwing is ohinari, coins wrapped in paper. It's thrown onto the stage as a gratuity when an actor demonstrates flair or at the end of the performance.
It went well. I'm tired.
It's not often that you can see the kabuki of Chichibu's Ogano, so it's a must when you're in the area.
Ooh, what's this? Kumadori taiken. Kumadori is kabuki-style makeup. Can I try?
Okay.
Here? Okay?
Kumadori makeup is something that even Japanese people rarely experience. So how has she transformed?
Hi. Oh, it's very cold. Oh, it is very cold. Hi.
Try not to wrinkle up your face. If you laugh, you'll wrinkle up.
I can't help but laugh. Oh, goodness.
Tracing the veins and muscles, he creates a design that emphasizes facial expressions. Red expresses justice and courage, blue, evil, and brown, a sense of eeriness.
Okay, it's done.
Oh, wow.
A memorable experience. At around sunset, the performance reaches its climax.
We're back at Matsuri no Yu. Let's check out some souvenirs before we get on the train.
They offer various specialties and confectionaries of Chichibu.
And now day 2 of our overnight trip to Chichibu is coming to a close. I saw the Sea of Clouds, I made soba, and I watched Kabuki. It's been a really long 2 days, but the adventure's not over yet. We're finished here in Chichibu, but we've got one last surprise waiting for us on the train, so let's go.
Crowning the end of the journey is Seibu Railway's special restaurant train named 52 Seats of Happiness. The attendants are holding a red carpet.
Well, I've been in Japan for 10 years and I've never had a red carpet pulled out for me. This is unusual. All right, surprise has already started and I'm not even on the train. Wow. I feel like I just walked into a fancy restaurant, not a train car.
The design was overseen by world-famous architect Kengo Kuma. The motif is the nature of Chichibu and along the tracks. Through the use of wood, a refined traditional Japanese space has been created. The return trip to Shinjuku, Tokyo is a leisurely 2 hours. The traveling restaurant is now open.
It's a nice way to start off the evening. Sparkling wine. Cheers!
Served is Italian cuisine made primarily with ingredients from Chichibu and Saitama.
Excuse me, I've brought the appetizer. This is Shine Muscat and Chichibu mozzarella cheese in a caprese style. Please also enjoy the arrangement in the image of a crescent moon.
The sweetness of the grapes doesn't overpower any of the other flavors. This is an unusual combination, but I quite like it. This is nice. So you'd think that eating on a train would make it difficult to eat properly, but it's not as bad as I thought. It's actually quite easy to eat. The rocking of the train is actually quite nice.
The soup is a potage of green eggplant. It's topped with kale fritto. The fish dish is sweet fish, which is called the queen of clear streams. The sweet fish seasoned with herbs is enjoyed together with fennel-flavored risotto.
Here I go. I'm sure there's bones in this as well, but I can't tell it all. Everything just melts together. It's a very nice, subtle white fish. There's pepper on this as well. The fennel rice has a bit of a sweet fragrance, and it matches so well with the ayu. Let's try it with some of the white wine. I was right. These go very well together.
The dishes are mostly cooked on the train. The finishing touches are added in the open kitchen. Guests can see the chefs preparing the food up close. "52 Seats of Happiness" travels from Saitama to Tokyo. The end of the journey is drawing near. Finally, it's time to choose the best shot of this Chichibu journey from the dozens she took.
This is it. This is the best shot from my trip to Chichibu. The reason why I chose this picture is because I took it at Chichibu Shrine. Not only did I take it at the shrine, I took it with the shrine seal, the goshuin. And you can only receive that seal at that shrine, which makes it very special and very specific to the shrine. It also has the date written in. So this is a very special day and a special location for me.
Convenient to get to and just a short distance from Tokyo, a trip to Chichibu is full of delights. Why not head out there sometime?